All right, guys, appreciate your patience after the game. Look, long story short, I'm proud of the way our players played tonight. I've seen a lot of improved football, seen a lot of fight from our guys throughout the season. I continuously see an improved team on the field at all positions and guys playing for each other for 60 minutes. That being said, we were able to make some big plays tonight down the stretch. Ultimately, we have to overcome some mistakes, and we have to improve collectively as a coaching staff and as a team to keep giving ourselves the best chance to be successful on team. So we're not asking for moral victories. We understand people in New York deserve better, so we got to keep working to be better for them. That being said, I'll open up to any questions you may have.
Dan Duggan, The Athletic.
Hey, Joe, can you just tell us what you saw in the conversion and what explanation you got for the flag getting picked up?
Yeah, I thought Nate made the right call when he threw the flag. So I'm not sure why it got picked up. We had a pretty good view. I know they can't use the jumbotrons for replay. We had a pretty clear view of that as well. But I thought Nate made the right call the first time. I thought, normally your first instinct is the right one. So that's all I'm going to say about the officiating, guys. I know it's going to be a lot of follow-up questions to it. I'm just going to be very clear and concise with that right there. I thought our guys played hard. We got to put ourselves in position that we can have success and not bring a third party into the factor. It's tough enough to beat the Bucs. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Thanks.
Bruce Beck, NBC.
Joe, does it all come down to turnovers in your mind?
Not completely, but turnovers are obviously a major factor in any game right there. But there's a lot of things we have to improve on right there. And, look, we have to do a better job, every coach and every player, to keep on moving. But I'm telling you right now, I'm proud of the way our guys are working and playing. I knew the way they came to work and prepared this week. There's been a lot of questions externally in terms of how we're holding up on the inside. And I see a group of guys that come to work every day committed for each other with a lot of fight, a lot of urgency, and I see a lot of improvement going forward and a lot of confidence. These guys can understand that we're building this thing in the right direction.
Jordan Rana, ESPN.
Joe, obviously these turnovers with Daniel keep happening. What do you say to him when you have those two turnovers? And is there something you need to do moving forward? Like, would you consider when he makes those plays taking him out?
Daniel's our quarterback. All right, what we have to do is just make sure we keep improving everything around him and that we coach every player the same way. I told Daniel on both times the play happened. Tonight, I just told him be patient with it. Stay committed to it. We're going to need you down the stretch. We need you to make plays. And obviously in that final drive, he made a lot of big plays for us. So you just got to keep moving on. Things happen in games. We're not going to go ahead and tolerate everyone on the team, having a one-off type of deal. And I can't have, one-offs as coaching staffs. We've all got to hold ourselves accountable and the man next to us accountable. But Daniel's our quarterback, clearly put.
And Bruce said afterwards, it seems like he's trying to do too much with those two interceptions. What do you think of that assessment?
Yeah, I'll look at the tape and we'll talk about that collectively as a team right now, but I like the way Daniel's fighting right now.
Thanks.
Bar Schwartz, New York Post.
Hey, Joe, you mentioned about Daniel and the interceptions. He seems to have this problem with not getting the ball out of bounds. I mean, a lot of his interceptions are not coming in the middle of the field. How can you get it into his head to get the ball out of bounds? And also, does he need to make a better throw, even if there might have been a penalty on the two-point conversion? It seems like if he puts it more to the outside, Deion has a completion that might be fairly easy.
Yeah, I think Deion had a chance to catch the ball right there. There was just contact before the ball had a chance to get there for him to actually finish and complete the catch. So it's tough to make that assessment on a throw right there. As far as getting the ball out of bounds, Paul, I mean, none of the things that happened tonight were a result of trying to throw the ball out of bounds and the ball just not reaching it. In fact, he had a nice throwaway in that, last drive right there to stop the clock and avoid a sack. So I don't see any issue specifically with that, Paul.
Okay. Zach Rosenblatt, NJ.com.
Hey, Joe. So you guys are 1-7 at the midway point. I imagine that's not what you wanted to happen, obviously. So I'm just curious, how would you characterize this first half of your first season, especially after you sit here after another tough, close loss where you guys were kind of leading late in the game?
Yeah, a lot of improvement. I see a lot of improvement. I'm proud of the way our guys are working day by day, sticking together. We've got a really good foundation and culture being built in this building right now. We got a lot of really good guys to build with for this thing for the long term. So if you would ask me the first half of this first year, how I classify it, I see an improving team that's developing into the vision we see going forward.
Art Stapleton, the record.
Hey, Joe, at one point tonight, or actually several times tonight, you had three rookies on the offensive line. I'm just curious. I know you want to go back and watch the tape, but how would you assess their performance, especially Andrew Thomas, considering what he's been through the first 7 games?
Yeah, I would say that before I make any specifics, on any of these guys, I got to watch the tape and make sure I actually see all the details of the play. It's tough to see all 22 guys on every single play. When I did look up and see it, I saw some good improvement for all three of those guys tonight. Some of the good things is when you don't notice them being out there particularly. That means that things are going in the right direction. One thing I did notice with Shane is Shane's not afraid to mix it up. We know that from him. He's a tough dude. He got in there, really played with some nastiness, and we like that about him. We like the way it showed up on the tape tonight. So I'm going to look at the tape. Look, all three are going to have things they have to improve on, but all three have enough good football from tonight that we can build on and move forward with them.
Ryan Dunleavy, New York Post.
Joe, I'm wondering your naked eye assessment of Golden Tate's touchdown catch there. It seemed like a pretty high degree of difficulty. And then after the catch, he yelled into the camera, "Throw me the ball." I'm wondering if you sense any frustration from a guy who's, running out of time here to win another Super Bowl, if you sense any frustration from Golden behind the scenes.
No, this guy comes to work every day with a good attitude, and, we have a lot of fun at work with him. This guy's been productive for us. I thought it was a heck of a catch down the stretch. A tough catch, definitely a high degree of difficulty. Thought it was a really good throw to put only where he could get it. And it was a really good catch for him to bring it on down in that situation. So really pleased with the protection in front to give us the opportunity. And the route was ran and the catch was made. And Daniel gave him a great ball.
Tom Rock, Newsday.
Joe, you had a couple of opportunities down the field with open receivers that Daniel missed. Was there a common denominator in any of those that you saw? And how hard is it to kind of swallow those misses when you get those chances?
We just got to keep swinging the bat and hit the next ball. I got to look at the tape and kind of really break down exactly what may have happened in each one of those throws. Look, you take shots down the field. There's a number of things that factor in. It's not always just on the throw. So I got to look at what the relationship maybe with the release of the receiver, the defender, something he may have seen. There could have been pressure inside. So there's a lot of factors that come into play with that right there. But we're going to keep on taking shots as a team.
We'll take two more. Pat Leonard, Matt Lombardo. Pat Leonard, New York Daily News.
Hey, Joe, I know you have been coaching Daniel and your staff has been coaching Daniel that a sack isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Live to see another day. But if you coach that point and it doesn't get through, how does it get through? How does a player learn that if they're told it over and over again, but it doesn't register?
Yeah, you know what? It kind of sounds a little redundant when you put it that way, Pat, but we're just going to keep on coaching it hard. We have to find inventive ways of coaching it and drilling it. And then as the player keeps on working, he'll experience it through play. But, there's a lot of things we have to improve collectively as coaches and as an entire team to help, take them out of some of those situations right there. And it starts with me, and we got to make sure we keep putting them in the best position possible.
Thanks.
Matt Lombardo, Fansided.
Hey, Joe, 3 times in 4 weeks, you guys weren't able to close out fourth quarter leads. I'm just wondering, as these turnovers keep happening, is there a common thread late in not being able to close it out? And do you have to maybe think about coaching differently down the stretch in terms of just protecting the ball and just getting out of there with a win? Yeah, again, you talk about closing out the games. To me, closing out the game starts in the opening kickoff. It's a culmination of everything you've done for 60 minutes. So, again, it's never one player's mistake. It's everything's collectively. There's a lot of things go into it. It's a coach's call. It's how everything operates together on the offense or defense. It's never one play that eliminates you in a game. It's a different, just effect of different plays throughout the game that add up. We've got to make sure that we eliminate some of the things early in the game, which would change the effects of the outcome and late in the game. But, look, we have to make plays when they come our way. But I see a lot of improvement from our team. I love the way they keep on fighting. Look, we just got to keep on moving ahead as a team, but I see us going in the right direction.
Daniel, when you evaluate your game later, what will you look at first? Will you look at the great stuff that you did in the last drive, including the touchdown pass, or will you look at the 2 interceptions, which hurt your ball club? How do you establish the consistency is the question, really.
I'll go through it like I normally do, starting with the first play and play by play, trying to learn from each play. And I think there's there's certainly good to learn from, and like you said, there's bad to correct and learn from and move forward. So that's what I've got to do, and continue to learn from it and improve.
Pat Leonard, Daily News.
Hey, Daniel, on these turnovers, when you're in the grasp or you're being hit and maybe you know that you can't get the ball where you want it to, why not just take the sack? Why not just live for the next down? Especially when at least according to what your coaches tell us, that's what they're telling you. You know, the sack isn't the worst thing in the world. Live for the next play. Like, why not internalize that and just kind of eat it and live for the next play?
Yeah, I think that's certainly what I have to do in those situations. And, when you're out there and competing and playing hard, I think, you got to be able to understand, that part of the game and understand when, when it's over. So, I have to do a lot better job there.
Do you feel like you cost the team the game tonight with those 2 picks?
Yeah, I think those were costly mistakes for us, and something I have to continue to work on and improve, and I understand that.
Chris Bizignato, Giant Insider.
Daniel, that 2-point attempt at the end looked like a well-designed play by Garrett. What happened there? Why didn't that execute?
Yeah, it was a great play, a great play call, and got to get the ball out there sooner to him.
Tom Rock, Newsday.
Daniel, Coach Judge used the word redundant earlier a little bit to talk about some of these turnovers. Does it feel redundant to you?
Yeah, I think there's a number of situations that are similar, and I need to improve. I've got to learn and correct those mistakes. So that's where my focus is, and I've got to do it.
That always seems to be the sort of the benchmark for young players, not making the same mistake over and over again. Why does this one seem to keep popping up?
I think they're all individual plays and cases. I think I've got to be able to apply an idea regardless of the play and the situation, and learn from it and improve.
We'll take 3 more. Matt, Jordan, Ryan, Matt Lombardo.
Hey, Daniel, not to belabor the point here, but what is the message from the coaching staff? Because, we're at the point now where I think you have 21 interceptions in 21 starts. What is the message from the coaches, and what do you think you need to do to overcome all this?
Yeah, I think the message is to understand when it's not there, to get the ball in my hand and make sure that I'm preventing the big mistakes. So the communication's clear, the coaching's clear, and I've got to do a better job applying it.
Jordan Renau.
Hey, Daniel, what did you guys think when you saw the flag, and then ultimately the flag getting picked up there at the end?
Yeah, I thought it was pass interference, and was surprised when they picked it up. So we'll watch it and learn from it, I guess, and see what they saw. But tough break.
How surprised are you to see them pick the flag up in that spot in such a big call in the game, obviously?
Yeah, I was certainly surprised. You don't see that often, and I was surprised.
Ryan Dunleavy.
Daniel, there were a couple plays where Golden Tate threw his hands up when the ball didn't go to him, or it was incomplete, and then after his touchdown, he yelled, "Throw me the ball," into the television camera. I'm wondering if you sense any frustrations from him, and how you react to that when receivers yelling to throw him the ball.
Yeah, I think I've got to do a good job getting everyone the ball and giving guys opportunity to make plays, and he's a great player for us, a valuable part of our offense, and we'll continue to try to get him the ball. So he stepped up and made a big play there at the end of the game, and we'll continue to work to get him the ball.
Tom Rock, last one here.
Dale, just to paraphrase Coach Judge again, he said, you're the team's quarterback. There's no doubt about that. He made it clear that he wasn't thinking about making any changes. But with 8 games left in this season, do you feel like you have a half a season left to prove yourself to this organization so that they don't go into the next draft period looking for a new quarterback?
Yeah, my focus is to prepare to win games and play well, to improve week to week, and that's my approach, and that's not going to change week to week. So I take that seriously. That's my job, to be prepared to play well, and that's where my focus is.
Darius, there was more than a couple of times you were free down the field on some big opportunities there and weren't able to connect with Daniel. Was there any common denominator to those plays, or kind of what was going wrong that they weren't able to work?
Just it kind of depends. Each play is different, but just got to hit them.
Is that him putting the ball in the right spot? You running a crisper route? What was the problem?
Like I said, each individual play is different reasons. I definitely had one in the end zone that I definitely should have saw and probably made that play. And like I said, I'd have to individually go through them but just at the end of the day, you got to hit them.
Ryan Dunleavy, New York Post.
Darius, you guys have had 5 games decided in the last minute, 5 losses decided in the last minute of the game. I think the last 3 games by 6 points. Is that more frustrating? Do you feel like you're playing the same game over and over and over, where you just the last minute it goes wrong and you lose?
It's definitely frustrating to lose in any fashion, but we're fighting hard. We're right there at the end, especially right there. We was right there at the end. We had a good play call on. Didn't go our way, but at the end of the day, you just got to keep fighting, go back to work next week, and try to find a way to close out the game.
What you see from Golden Tate, both on that catch there, it looked like what you saw on his touchdown catch, and then he yelled into the TV camera, "Throw me the damn ball." Is he frustrated? Do you sense frustration from him behind the scenes?
You have to ask him. I wasn't over there when we said it. I didn't hear him say it, so you had to ask him.
What did you think of the catch?
It was a great play. It was a great throw. It was a great catch. Golden Tate's been a good player in this league for a long time, so him making that kind of play is no surprise.
We'll take 2 more. Matt Lombardo, Jordan Rana. Lombardo, fan-sided.
Hey, Darius. The interception, it looked like you had broken free deep downfield. What did you say to Daniel afterwards, and what's the frustration level when these turnovers keep happening?
Turnovers are part of the game. It happens. It's not the end of the world. On that particular play, they just so happened to bust the coverage, and that's why I was wide open. But there's no way to know that before the ball snaps that they're going to mess up and not play defense properly. So, as for me, I know Daniel Jones can do the job. I know he makes right reads. I know he can make the play. So, that one got away from us. But, for me, I just got to keep playing.
Thanks.
Last question here, Jordan Renan, ESPN.
Hey, Darius, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but what Bruce Arians said was, look at Daniel Jones. He tried to do too much on those 2 plays. I'm wondering, how much do you see him trying to do too much? And what can you do to sort of help him in that regard, if that's the case?
I don't know about trying to do too much. At the end of the day, it's my job to get open, and when he does put the ball in my vicinity, it's my job to catch it. So as far as helping him, that is how I can help him better. And there's definitely some plays tonight where I could have helped him and made a play for him. So as far as my role in helping him, that would be it.
So what did you guys as an offense after the game? You guys, I'm sure you talked to guys. What was the prevailing thought on that last play?
I'm sure Coach Judge addressed it. I'm just going to let whatever answer he gave, I'll let that be the answer.
Blake, is this getting close and not getting the W's getting frustrating?
Oh, yeah. I think any competitor that's playing in this league wants to win and wants to improve and show that by results. And it's a result business. So yeah, it's definitely tough, and you want to go out there and with all the hard work come out with a win.
Dan Duggan, The Athletic.
Hey, Blake, that said, what do you think you guys did, so well to hold their offense down for most of the game?
Yeah, I think for us, obviously, in my opinion, I think Pat Graham's one of the best defensive coordinators out there. His ability to design a game and understand and adjust throughout the game has been amazing throughout the whole season. And then all the guys out there that on defense, no matter who's out there, works their butt off every single day, understands what we need to do in certain situations. Obviously, we're not perfect, but to be able to go out there and do what we did today, it's something we can build off of.
Art Stapleton.
Hey, Blake, on those same lines, how much, just as an estimate, how many different packages did you guys run out there tonight? It seemed like there was a lot of different personnel combinations, a lot of different things. I would imagine that going up against a quarterback like you did, that was kind of an important thing tonight to kind of give them things that they weren't anticipating.
No, definitely. And that was something that kind of Pat brought this week, and understanding those aspects of it, going against a guy like Tom. And we worked a lot this week, making sure that we knew who was supposed to be out there whenever we had certain situations called, certain packages called. And I think overall substitution and those types of things helped a lot, trying to disguise certain looks.
Would you say this is the most that you guys have substituted in a game this year?
I'd have to look at the tape, but I think it's probably close.
Thanks, Blake.
Yep.
Tom Rock.
Blake, what did that little combo with Cam Brown and Carter Coughlin rushing give you guys?
No, I think that both those young players have been working every single week and improving every single week, and what they're able to bring athleticism-wise, length, speed, and it's just awesome to see out there those guys make plays.
Hey, Jabril. You guys seem to have Tom Brady in that offense off their game most of the first half, really. What was it you were doing, and what kind of changed there as the game went on?
I can't really tell you what we were doing, but we were definitely mixing up the looks. Pre-snap, post-snap alignments. We know he's the best to ever do it, so we had to have a good game plan for him. And in the second half, they just made plays. We left a lot of opportunities out there defensively, but they made plays. That's a good team. You got to tip your hat to them.
And what was your viewpoint of that final play there?
Hey, it is what it is.
Pat Leonard, Daily News.
Hey, Jabril, you guys played a good enough game to win on almost all phases, except for the two turnovers really seemed to change the game. When the defense and when the full team plays this well, but the turnovers by the offense, lead you to lose the game anyway, and you're 1-7, does frustration build up that it's out of your control what the result is going to be?
Well, first of all, turnovers didn't just lose us this game. We missed a lot of opportunities on defense to get off the field on third down, myself included. And as a defender, when we go out there on the field, our job is to alleviate the damage. We don't care when we get called to go out there. We have a job to do, and we try to do it at a high level. But ultimately this game, we just missed too many opportunities, man. It wasn't just turnovers. Like I said, man, we just got to go back, look at the tape, and get it corrected. Short week, division game coming up. We'll be ready to go.
Hey, Jabril, so you guys have had a couple of close losses, really hard-fought games till the end, but ultimately you are 1-7 at the midway point. So I'm just curious, how would you characterize this first half of the season? What reasons do you have to be optimistic that it'll turn around as you get to the second half of the year?
We're playing good football, man. We just got to execute better. We've played a lot of, good teams. We've been in games where we should have won, but we just didn't execute. But we're trending in the right direction, and I truly believe that. We come to work with the right attitude week in and week out, want to get better. We work hard, and, pretty soon the results will follow. Not going to get discouraged, It's the midway point. The season isn't over. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but I'll tell you this, we will continue to play hard, stay together, and overcome any adversity.
Hey, Jabril, you kind of just answered my question. But I was going to say, you know, as a competitor, you know, you look at your record of 1-7. So what gives you that confidence that, you know, it is trending in the right direction without the results?
Me personally, I don't really care about the record. If you watch our tape against the teams that we've played, it's a play here or play there. You know, it's not like we're just going out there and getting our ass kicked. You know what I mean? So we're playing some good football, man. We just got to tie it all together. We got to execute and we got to be better situationally. You know, we all know what it is, and we all coming to work with that mindset to improve on that and get better. You know, we just got to execute on game days.
Thanks.
We'll take two more. Bruce and Art. Bruce Beck, NBC.
Hey, Jabril, 3 losses. The last 3 losses were by only a total of 6 points. Does that hurt more, or does that give you the encouragement that you are extremely close?
I mean, a loss is a loss. You know, but like I said, it's not like we're going out there and, you know, getting our ass kicked. You know, I definitely think we're trending in the right direction. Yeah, we would like to be in that win column, but at the end of the day, we got half the season left. The weather is about to break, man, and, you know, we're hungry, and we're going to stay together. We're going to be resilient.
Last one here, Art Stapleton.
Hey, Jabril, I just wanted to ask you about a couple of the punt returns that it looked like you guys didn't have anyone back, and then you were coming late. I assume that was by design. Just wanted to make sure that assumption was correct, that you guys were running a certain play in that situation.
Absolutely. That assumption would be correct.
Okay. So in that situation, are you trying to hustle back to get it once the ball, you know, clears a certain area, or is it just kind of a scramble mode in that moment?
I mean, I really can't tell you that, but, you know, that was definitely game planned.